All right, we are live again, twice in one night. I don't know why. Well, I know why, but I don't know why I'm doing it. And we're gonna be having another UPL Tower match. Don't know the challenging party here, but we have Vile and Skler. Kind of higher up on the ladder, I think. This is gonna be another Zerg versus Zerg. Man, we can't get away from this tonight. Don't have Aaron around anymore to carry me with his encyclopedic knowledge of the matchup. Apparently Strom's learned a thing or two, though. Maybe she'll step in on the mic. We'll see. I heard the start of someone saying something, and that's about it.
Yeah, crickets.
Yeah. Nah, after I play a long series, that's the last thing I want to do is yap about it. I just want to go and, like, crawl under a blanket and, like, have warm food. I don't know, maybe that's just me, though. StarCraft takes a lot out of me. It's a very demanding game.
To watch, or are you talking about playing or casting?
Playing.
Yeah.
But, like, even afterwards, like, the idea of, like, sitting there and talking about it is just like, dude, that's the last thing I want to do right now. I just want to, like, recover my brain.
Yeah.
It's one of the, like, people who can just, like, chain games or, like, go into their replays immediately and review it. It's just like, dude, I have so much respect for that because I can't do it. Vile's gonna 9-hatch here. 9-hatch at natural. I used to do this a lot, and, it can work, but I'm not a huge fan of it personally. I feel like it's very, very vulnerable to any pool first build. Except for maybe 12 pool, but we're gonna go 12 hatch here from Skler, so we talked about vulnerable. This is as vulnerable as you get.
Yeah, well, Skler gets the build order advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly better economy. I guess the 9 hatches to hedge against overpool and potentially survive that? I don't know.
So 9-hatch in particular is one where you're going for the maximum larva advantage possible. So it usually means that you really want to be putting ling pressure on. Like 9-hatch and 10-hatch are both about larva advantage more than they are about a, like, economical advantage. 12-hatch, on the other hand, is like, I want to have good larva, but I want to have as much economy behind it as I can. So, this is one that tries more to transition into lair with a good economy and good, like, larva economy, whereas 9-hatch is a little bit more likely to stick on hatchery and, like, pre-lair timings. It doesn't transition as nicely into lair, I'd say.
So Vile's probably gonna go into speed right away, right?
That's what I would do personally. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that's what he's going to do, but I think that he should be going for speed here and using that as a way of trying to pressure. The other thing too, this is attitude. So attitude I joke as being polypoid, but without the high grounds. It also doesn't have some of the broken terrain that could be tough for Zerg. It's not really a problem in most cases, except for if you go for 3-hatch, which we're not going to see here. But the reason why I'm mentioning this is because the ramp on Polypoid is rather defendable, and so it's same with attitude. The Sunken's going up here, and Vile, not knowing where we are, gets the wrong guess. The Overlord's actually here. He should know. He should know that Skler has to be at bottom. The loss of time here from these lings going to the wrong location is actually a huge deal. It's taking away a huge amount of the larva advantage and the advantage that you have from having more larva and on 9-hatch. So we're gonna get 2 Sunkens up here, just kind of clogging up this area. And even with all of these lings coming in, even if they get speed coming up, which, yeah, just finished, it's still gonna be relatively defendable from Skler, who has a better economy, who has 2 Sunkens, Like, unless Vile manages to get lethal damage right now, this game is over. And just like that, the ramp is clogged, the Sunken stay up. This is a horrible, horrible situation for Vile.
I mean, he went -2 drones to make those 2 Sunkens. How many drones are in the main base? There's only 2 on a natural.
We've got 10 here.
12 drones.
Yeah. And we definitely don't have 12 over here, only 9 drones total. So 3 drone deficit. Spire coming up here as well, but we have the ability to also... Okay, we're behind on... No, we're even on hatcheries, because that's right, he didn't do it the 9 hatch in base. The advantage that Vile has right now is having speed. That is his singular advantage in this game. He's going Evo because he recognizes that he can't actually defend against mutas, and he can't go into lair tech because he started on 9 hatch.
Yeah, he's already giving up the race and just going to go into spores.
Yeah.
And then hopefully drone up enough to compensate.
And this is also really awkward because he didn't do a ton of damage to the Ling count here for Skler. So usually if you go for this and like you want to spore up, you really hope that you have a big Ling advantage so you don't have to worry about defending as much against anything but mutas. So then you can drone up. But now, because you're aware that there's still a ton of Lings over here, there's no guarantee that these mutas are going to show up. It could just be a Ling flood. And in that case, when you go spores, you're killing your own economy, and you're still open to getting slammed. So, it's just a really rough situation to be in here as Vile. The advantage that you do have, though, is if you manage to come out of this in, like, reasonable fashion, then it's very uncommon for the Zerg that's ahead to make their own spores. So if Vile manages to get 2 Lair, get 2 Aspire, get 2 Mutas, there's a good chance that his Mutas will be able to do a lot more damage than Skler's can do. But right now, we just have so many Lings here, and he's doing slow Lings. So this is kind of an indication that he wants to be a little more brute forcey. Okay, never mind. We just got speed.
Is Vile getting Lair? Is it
no. We're sticking on 3 hatch.
He's gonna go Hydra.
That's usually what I would expect. He hasn't started the den, though. So he's just trying to get enough larvae to really make drones, and he's doing a good job of that, but the entire time now, he's not making the Lings, so suddenly all of these Lings coming in, faking out the mutas, basically, and that means that this is just game. There's no defense for it whatsoever. Yeah, this is always kind of the real risk that you play when you go into spores, is you can't stop making Lings until you know your opponent stops making Lings. These drones are actually doing way more than I thought they would, but they should not be able to defend this. They should not be able to defend this. I'm going to keep saying it until it becomes true.
Yeah, but he's gonna kill the spore there. Mutas are gonna come in.
Right.
Anytime now.
No, it's not. There's just a couple mutas. It's just more Lings. Yeah, GG is called. But yeah, pretty bog standard stuff there. That game was in a rough situation since Vile ran the wrong direction on the map.
Yeah, but he forced 2 Sunkens. He could have just traded the position and just sit there with his Lings. Have map control, and then go into lair. But he really tried to force the issue, and that's what actually killed him.
Right. And a lot of that too.
Decision.
Well, what the hell? My computer just did some weird stuff there. Okay. We've got Polestar coming up, so another pretty standard map. But yeah,
does Polestar have the mineable ramp that's 0 minerals or 16 minerals?
I think it's 0. I'm not. I always get confused between Knockout and Polestar on that. Now, one of the things that is actually relevant for that for Zerg with the minerals here, I can't select it, but a lot of times what Zerg will end up doing is trying to make a 3 hatchery wall, like here. And it's harder to do that on maps that have these minerals because you have to mine it out, or else you have to, like, put the hatchery a little bit further away. But that's only if they're going for, like, a 3 hatch play. That would usually be, like, 12 hatch into, 3 hatch, or 12 pool into 3 hatch.
I don't think we're gonna see another 9 hatch from Vile.
I hope not. I don't mind that as a build.
Well, he likes 9 hatch. Like yesterday, I played him and he 9 hatched every single game.
Okay.
Except for the first one. I won the first game. He went overgas. Like I think he only overgasses in 9 hatches.
He was a really big proponent during CPL of overgassing. He basically told everyone to, like, learn to do that. But he's gonna go 9 pull here instead. Both players going for the 9 pull.
Oh, he's going 9 pull. Interesting.
Yeah, he might go very fast lair. 9 pull gives you that.
9 pull lair is it's I talk about, I feel like 9 pull lair is really easy conceptually, and I just suck at doing it because I can't transition out of it properly because I'm bad. But as far as, like, kind of the safe builds for ZVZ, the standard stuff, I feel like 9 pull lair is like baby's first ZVZ build.
You don't need to transition out of it. Just win the game. You're doing it wrong.
But yeah, that's how I know I'm bad.
Okay. Got it.
But the other thing about it too is the decision making with your first couple of lings here, because of the fact that 9 pull lair delays or completely gets rid of the second hatchery, means that, like, your drone count is super, or not your drone count, your larva count is super low. So any mistakes with your zerglings or any throwing them away is so much worse because just there's so many fewer. And yeah, this is the 16 mineral one, so it takes 2 passes for a drone to mine it out.
Yeah, probably not going to come into play.
Right. Skler getting the correct location here because he saw the Overlord, not making the same mistake that Vile did last game. This is not a perfect arc here at the top of the ramp, but it's enough to dissuade. The way of pushing this is you need to send 2 up at a time and try and focus fire on 1, but that is kind of tough. Alright, not bad. 1-for-1 trade. I think Skler is very advantaged here. No, okay. Ling-on-ling violence is always super, super volatile. Speed is done, so we actually got 9 pull speed here for Skler. I think. Yeah, the speed is done before the lair. So if he can break through here, just good micro will allow him to start threatening the drones more. But there is the Spire coming down here. There's no Sunken in the main. So Vile's very confident in his Lings. And so far, that's panning out. A lot of Lings coming up here for Skler. He is really committing to the bit. He's torn a hole open. There's more Lings coming here for Vile. This is very, very dangerous. Skler trying to keep his low health Lings alive, but this is... If any opening presents itself here, Skler can go in and take some drones out, but the problem is the Spire is almost done. Skler's is 300 health behind. That's a very long way to go. The other question then, is Vile going to have any larvae to make mutas out of? That's the other very precarious timing here in this matchup. And that's the way you need to take this on. 2 Lings at a time, run in, try and target 1, and then pull back and do it again. It's so slow, it's so painful, but it does work. And, Skler taking heavy losses here. Once again, Vile trying to hold the ramp. He's also trying to stockpile his larva, though. He really wants to get these mutas out, and he gets the first one. That is a huge advantage here. Skler's Spire is done. He's got the gas. He's got at least one larva. He doesn't have the supply room to make mutas. Skler getting in. Only 3
Overlord
lanes.
actually tanking some glaives when he was trying to hit the lings.
Vile's drone micro has been good these past 2 games. Very good at defending on these lings. A little bit of over micro there, though. He's gonna have some trouble mining. 1 drone kill. 4 mutas out against 2. This Overlord kill could be really brutal because Skler is already up against the population limit. Skler has no larva to play with here. He's going to send a drone out to try and get the hatch up. But this is super, super volatile. We're actually getting some damage onto the drones here. Skler sacrificing his population cap for damage onto the drones, but it's not going to be enough. 1 muta goes down. That's not how you want to target Scourge, though. 2-on-1 is a very bad trade for Scourge. You want to get the bounces to kill off the low health mutas. 2 more Scourge available, and that's going to be the last thing that Skler can produce for a long time. He has no Overlords. Vile crossing the map. Prepared to output some big damage. There's no defense here. Scourge popping on each other. Skler looking to put a hurting onto the drones here, finding all the damage. Vile has to pull his drones down to 3. Almost out. Skler is out of drones. Has 1 he can salvage from the hatchery if he needs to. Has a little bit of extra money. A bigger bank than Vile. But the muta count is much, much higher for Vile than it is for Skler. I think this game is going to be over unless Skler can pull a rabbit out of his hat.
Intercepts the muta.
And big moving shots here, but oh my god, the Scourge coming in! They don't spread their damage, though. There's 3 wounded ones, but there's still more healthy mutas than there are living mutas for Skler.
Vile can just kill the buildings.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just kill the buildings, Vile. He's scared. He doesn't want to die to 2 mutas.
I mean, what's he gonna do? He made oh my god, Vile made drones.
He's crazy.
Vile made drones.
You could still cancel and have enough to make 1, but okay. He made 1.
I saw 2.
Sorry, there's 2. Oh, there's 2.
Okay, okay. Needs to kill off the lings, needs to kill the incoming mutas. Like, there's no recovery here for Skler. Okay, he actually has a couple of drones. They have an equal number of drones.
He had 250 gold, 250 minerals, so he made a few lings.
And then a few drones as well.
Yeah.
So Skler's seeing that this is the exact same scenario here. There's the 1 ling that's hiding here, but was caught by Vile's Overlord. Trying to hide the Overlords as well. This is insane, dude.
I mean, he should know how many mutas are left. He should split his mutas.
Right.
He's really scared. He's gonna miss those mutas, and they're heading straight for his base. They're gonna kill his drones.
He just needs to get enough to...
Yeah.
Okay, he's got enough now. Just don't make another drone. Don't make another drone.
Oh.
And the mutas aren't going for Skler's drones.
Yeah, attack with the drones too. That's what you need to do.
Okay, the mutas are going in now. Skler has enough minerals for 1 drone.
Okay.
Vile has enough minerals for 1 drone. Vile can just... Okay, he's going for the end here. He's going for the Spire. He's going to turn on to the lair. And he's just forcing the ling to chase the drone around. Skler finally micros it, gets the last drone. There's still enough money for 1 more. But this is now just a DPS race, and while Lings do a lot of damage, I don't think it's going to be enough. Wait, no, there's only, there's only one hatch here. So, Vile has to make it through 2 hatcheries, an extractor, and a spawning pool. This is going to come down to the wire. This is genuinely super close.
He can just send half his mutas.
He's sending the mutas on home. He said, okay, that's what we're doing.
Jesus Christ.
That's finally what we're doing here. Okay.
God. And then you have he made a drone. Skler made a drone. No, he did not make.
He might have made it and gotten it killed. Vile just produced. Oh my god, he's got a drone going. But there's the Ling here. Ain't no way, man. All right, the layer's down. The mutas are going back in. They've
not like this, Vile. Come on.
They've dodged it. Okay, it's Lings. It's Lings. So okay. Both of them are completely all in. There are no more units to be made in this map. There is no universe in which Skler should win this. None. Absolutely none. Five mutas chasing in here, 2 Lings onto the hatchery. Yeah, Skler, it's time to GG. This has been entertaining, but I think for all the wrong reasons. This is really just micro practice here for Skler. He saw Jaedong's performance today and was like, hey, I could do that.
I haven't watched it yet. Don't spoil it.
I'll give you a hint. Jaedong uses Muta Micro.
Alright, there you go. that was closer than it should have been. But I guess he didn't know. He didn't know if he had enough money or gas to make more Scourge, so he's very scared. Because he can easily lose his mutas. There was an opportunity for Skler to kill all the mutas if he perfectly spreads them, and then one glaive kills them all. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So now it is 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1. Now I don't know if this is a BO3 or a BO5. Someone in the chat can tell me how much suffering these guys want to inflict on each other. All right, knockout is map 3. Okay, they're just going to 3, so this is not going to be a sufferathon. Honestly, that makes this even more hype. We've got the tower life on the line. I hate myself for saying that.
It's no shame.
But just genuinely, like, this is we're going the distance on this. These haven't been bad games. Alright, so Skler continuing to rock the magenta. Vile pulling, I think that's olive. I think that's what they call this color. How, Iron, how long have you been playing StarCraft?
Depends how you qualify playing StarCraft.
Were you around back in, like, the old days, like the early 2000s?
I played as a kid, but I mostly played UMS and fastest maps.
Yeah,
probably why I'm mostly macro focused.
That was me too, but like what I was thinking about, do you remember like all the hacked colors people would bring in and like how it would mess up the display of like the CRT TVs and stuff?
Yep. I remember those days.
Oh, dude. But it was always like, you know, you get a couple of colors and like you look in the map editor and it's like, okay, you know, I can get 8 colors. Then people are like, nope, there's way more you could do. And it's like, how do I do this? They're so cool. All right, Vile going for the 9 hatch again. 9 hatch on site. 9 hatch in base here from Skler. So pretty much identical builds. The difference here is that Skler's is going to be a little bit safer. Specifically because of the fact this is less exposed, but because they're mirroring builds, this is a huge advantage for Vile. They're going to have enough time to get Lings out, they're going to have enough time to leverage the larva, and really the 9 hatch on site is really just weak to like 7 pool, 9 pool whatevers, and like obviously 4 pool. So this is a really, really good start here for Vile. As much as you can have just a great build order advantage here in this matchup.
Well, Skler's going to find that out, and he's probably going to want to punish him. Probably an exposed hatch.
We might see 3 hatch here out of Vile. He's delaying this gas super hard. Like, insanely hard. He's not even bothering to take, like, the 1 extra drone he can cheat in right now while he's waiting for the larva. Like, he is all in on this.
We're probably going to see another sport defense.
Possibly.
So, Skler hasn't started Hive. I guess he went speed. He hasn't mined any gaps.
Yeah, we've gone speed here. Speed and pool. So this is very standard, like Ling all in 2 hatch from Skler. And we've got the 3rd hatch here from Vile. So yeah, this is going to have an insane number of Lings, and also transitions nicely into Hydra play if he needs to, assuming that you're going into, that your opponent's going for mutas. But we're going to be seeing an absolute bloodbath. Just nothing but Lings splattering blood all over each other for the first few minutes of this game. 14 Lings here from Skler moving out. Vile's actually going... Oh my god, he's droning. This is such a huge mistake. You've got a larva advantage. You've got to use it. Vile's also supply blocked here. He can't get any more Lings out. Oh no.
I think Vile's going... I think Vile is doing his Hydra build. And I think he's gonna die.
Yeah.
There's no vision of this. Like, he did not park an Overlord on the pack to attack, so he's gonna be surprised by this.
And he's just dead. He's just dead. There's no recovery. Like, he needs the drone micro of the gods to survive this at all. And yeah, Skler's not taking the bait at all. He's just going for the hatchery here. 8 Lings pop. Oh, they're popping barely a couple at a time. They're even glitched out. They barely managed to get any fight in here at all. Yeah, Skler's got this.
Well, he's making a sunken in his base, and does Skler have air on the way, or is he still all in?
He's all in. He hasn't even bothered to mine anymore. But no, there's just not enough.
Well, he's gonna have a sunken, and he has really good drone micro. He can drill with the gas there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They cannot kill that drill.
You have to drill now. You have to get in there and stop.
Okay,
He's going. He has to bug.
Oh my god, he drilled like way too late.
Too late. Oh man.
I was gonna say he has great drone micro, but he just doesn't drill.
Well played from Skler. Man. Super close, but that's the way ZVZ goes, man.
Vile could have had that. He just didn't have an Overlord spotting the Lings going to his base.
Yeah, the greedy droning right there was... I've gotten killed by that before as well.
Maybe it was just a bad cycle. Like it mistimed. And he just didn't have the larva.
Well, no, he'd stopped making Lings and started making drones. You can't do that until you know that the opponent isn't going for mass Lings. Yeah. Anyways, that's all we got here. I'm going to go ahead and kill the recording, and we'll ship that off to IJ as well.